As athletes practice for their respective sport, they also must practice on how to be efficient and successful student athletes in the classroom. So this supportive study is taken from Dudley, Johnson & Johnson's research titled Using Cooperative Learning to Enhance the Academic and Social Experiences of Freshman Student Athletes, the Journal of Social Psychology. And I have titled this section, Effects of Specialized Learning Programs for Intercollegiate Student Athletes. The purpose of the study was to examine the overall academic and social impact that the Cooperative Evening Study Group program had on student athletes. The procedure used was grouping student athletes who had the same cohorted classes, practices, and game times together to form study groups. Supporting staff was also there and available to help them during this time and session. So participants came from a Midwestern university in Minnesota. There were 17 different men and women intercollegiate sports, totaling in about 107 student athletes who were recruited. Of those, only 50 were randomly selected, from 25 being male and 25 being female. The methods that were used were monitoring from researchers, watching how the student athletes interacted within their respective peer groups, as well as interactions between staff, whether it was with tutors or counselors. And there were three main tools. The first was the Classroom Life Measure survey, the second, the Program Assessment Questionnaire, and the Resource Evaluation Questionnaire. In order to accurately measure the results, the student athletes had to be asked to give genuine answers to the questions, so that way the data was accurate. As a result, participants believed that they had academic support from staff and of their peers in their peer groups. Some of the outcomes from those results were that participants were completely engaged in their cohorted peer groups and experiences. This is absolutely applicable to my research study because I am also using 50 student athletes who are freshmen, 25 being embedded in a first-year experience program, and then 25 student athletes who are not associated with any program on campus, therefore making it easy to determine the pros of specialized programs as well as the cons, and then ultimately how beneficial it is to have specialized learning programs specifically for student athletes.